We are continuing with the same chapter again, constructions, chapter number 6, and this is part H. The section is again same, some constructions of triangles, section 6.3 continued. The previous video we saw difference between two sides, opposite side greater than adjacent side. In this video we are going to see difference between two sides, adjacent side greater than opposite side. And again, like last time, last part, we are going to see both the methods in this part also. The case, this we'll call it as case 2, adjacent side greater than opposite side. Let me draw the triangle ABC and the angle B. Now what is adjacent side? AB is adjacent side and AC is opposite side to the given angle. See that picture? See the notes here, the side adjacent to the given angle AB is greater than the side opposite to the given angle AC. Given angle is B. So here there is again one more, it is not a limitation, it is not possible. There we saw a limitation. Here a triangle like this exists only when the given angle is less than 90 degrees. That is, angle B should be less than 90 degrees. What will happen if it is more than 90 degrees or equal to 90 degrees? Beyond which AC will always be greater than AB. That is, it will become case 1. So, side opposite to larger angle is longer. The reason is, suppose if angle B is say 90 degrees, then you know sum of angles sum property, the total is 180 degrees. So, the sum of the other two angles will be 90 degrees and eventually angle A and angle C will be lesser than angle B. And we have already proved a theorem, side opposite to larger angle is longer. Since angle B is the largest angle, if the angle is 90 degrees, then automatically AC will be the largest of the three sides. Hope all of you are able to understand. Let me show one picture also here in the same drawing. Now let me show some more lines, you will be able to understand. As in red lines, that is, what will happen if it is equal to or more than 90 degrees. I am drawing a line, the angle is here 95 degrees. Just for understanding, I put 95 degrees. Even if it is 90 degrees, the case is going to be same, 90 and above, 90 to 179.999, whatever it is, it's going to be same. So I am joining this line. The triangle now ABC, the red lines, BC is same, I have not changed it because its length is same. AC will always be greater than AB. The reason I have written here on the right side, I have given a picture on the left side. If you have doubt, if you are not able to understand, pause the video, again note down all these points. You can draw a triangle in your notebook and BC any length you take, take your compass and draw a line BA and with protractor measure an angle 90 degree or any degree above 90. Join the line, you will, and then physically measure. If you measure physically, you will see that AC is always greater than AB. You can keep on extending, you can keep on making that 95 degrees to 100, 105, 170 like that. Everywhere you see AC will always be greater than AB. That means this case 2, adjacent side greater than opposite side will exist only if the angle is less than 90 degrees. I will move forward. Now this is going to be same. From here onwards, I will go very fast because this is nothing but same as method 1 we have seen for difference between two sides except one difference. Let me see, I will tell you when it comes. Here if you see, AB is greater than AC, so AB minus AC will be given. Everything else is same, BC is given, angle B is given, and instead of AC minus AB, in this AB minus AC will be given. First page as usual, same. Sorry, correct? Now let me go to the next page. Point number 3 again same, except, yes. Now point number 3 is different between case 1 and case 2. Carefully see where I am locating D. B as center and radius equal to difference between two sides, cut an arc to intersect ray BP at D. This we did for sum of two sides. Remember, sum of two sides AB plus AC we cut an arc. now we are cutting an arc for AB minus AC equal to BD. Correct? So, more or less same. Again, as I told in the last part, at the end of this chapter, that is the last part, I will explain to you why we are taking D, whether it is below or above. Now, A is going to come between D and P. In sum of two sides, A came between B and D. Now, it is going to come between D and P. Whereas, in the case of AC minus AB, it was below. So, it is A is moving, D is moving from below the B, above the B, but before A and after A. In different cases, it is different. Why it is, how you will remember, all those things I will explain to you in the last part, which will make you understand and also remember easily. For now, this is same. Point 4 is same, CD. And now, fifth point. I am pausing now for a moment. Think. Pause the video and note down in your notebook what is going to be the fifth step. Just a step name alone you write, don't need to write the details. Yes, excellent. I am sure 100% all of you would have got it. Perpendicular bisector. Correct? I am going fast. Where A is coming, you see that green dot. Yes, A has come there. Now join AB, AC to get the triangle. So, you got it. So, now the triangle, now A, if you see, it is above D, it is between D and P. So, the only difference is where D is located is the only difference between sum of two sides. Difference between two sides, that is AC greater than AB, and the difference between two sides AB greater than AC. Everywhere more or less everything else is same except the location of D. I will go to the next page for the proof. Proof is again same. Instead of AC minus AB, so now we see all the three, sum of two sides AB plus AC, case 1 AC minus AB, case 2 AB minus AC, rest everything is same. So, we are getting two congruent triangles. See the blue dashes, blue angles. I will go to the next page. CPCT, AC equal to AD, all the wordings, everything is same. Therefore, the above is true even after locating A on VP. So, if you have doubt, as I told you, perpendicular bisector method, go to part number 5 and then thoroughly understand this proof, or even that is not required. Even if you see the wordings here, the steps here, that is sufficient. My audio, my voice is just a supplement, just for you to make it a little more easy and understanding. I am talking. Otherwise, I am very sure just by seeing the wordings you will be able to understand thoroughly. Now, I will go to the next page. We will see now method 2, equal angles, everything else same as the last video. Page 1 is always same. Everywhere I am giving, each and every part I am giving this so that you don't need to run from one part to another part, one video to another part. So, any one video if you take, everything is available. Next page. Same, 3 and 4 also same like method 1. Now, the difference, again pause the video, note down your answer and then run the video, play the video. Very good. It is equal angles. First measure the angle at D, which angle? So, A is going to come in between D and P. So, measure the angle PD. Yes, at D you measure the angle, move the protractor to C, same angle, draw the line and join the point. Now, join AB. Got it? Everything else is same. Now, we will go to the next page for proof. Again proof is same. Very simple. Correct? Next page for further proof. Okay, I put the dash for you to understand. Green color itself will make you understand. But AD equal to AC. That's it. As I told in the last part, everything else is same, only the location of D. Between case, that is sum of two sides, difference in two sides, case 1, difference in two sides, case 2, the change is only the location of D, and the difference between equal angle and perpendicular bisector method is the construction of perpendicular bisector method in case of method 1, equal angles in case of method 2. Similarly, the only difference in the proof is, there it is, we are seeing the congruence and CPCT, here we are proving through opposite sides are equal, side opposite to equal angles are equal. I am again and again telling so that you do not get confused. So, we have done now given base angle, base angle, difference between two sides, adjacent greater than opposite. So, we have seen now all the three cases, that is, do not get again confused between only two cases we saw, two cases for difference and one case for sum. So, we have seen now all the three and two methods. So, there are six constructions we have done. So, you can make a small table and understand which construction, where D is coming and which proof, which method, which what is the proof, everything you can make a small table. Now, in the next video we are going to see one more triangle, but this time the indirect measurement is going to be different. We will see when we go to the next video. Now, questions? 4 questions are here. Pause the video, note down. 5, 6. I think 7 is not there, not there. So, there are 2 more questions in this page. The 6th is as per your textbook. So, you can measure exactly 8 centimeter BC, then angle 45 degree B, and then AB minus AC, where D is to come. Think about it and then do it. Do not see the video or do not see your notes. If you have doubt, as usual, first close everything, go through the videos, go through your notes, close those things and then start the questions. That is all for this video. Thank you.